Good afternoon, this is David Wendell with BushcraftOnFire, and we're pleased to be with you. This video is not really a survival video, it's more like a fun family campout video. What we're doing is celebrating the Feast of Tabernacles, and we're going to show you how we set up for Tabernacles. It's kind of a backyard camping trip. We're going to show you some of the things we've got set up out here in our shelters, and hope you enjoy it. Alright, this is the shelter that Tam and I are going to stay in. And what we've got right now, we've got it opened up so that it can get rid of any condensation that might be in there. Get some sun and just air it out. The shelter's about 11 by 12. It's a real nice roomy size. And we're going to be living in this for a week, like I said. So this is going to be home. What we've done, I'll show you some construction. This roof just pulls back over and it'll keep it waterproof for us. But on the insides, what we've done is we've put 4 stakes on the ground. You can see these 4 stakes. They're just basic cow stakes. And then we've tied wood to the back, and that wood goes up to the roof line. And then we've put 2x2s across the roof line and come down to our other stake. We've also tied a support between those 2 poles. And so that's on all 4 corners. And then we've wrapped tarp around the entire shelter. We had 2 big tarps that were 30-foot tarps, and we wrapped those from the side and overlapped them on the side, and they go right around to the front, and we can see here. So they go right across to that center point, and that gives us an entrance and an exit. So it's nice and roomy in there. What we're going to do is we're going to cover the floor with hay, and as soon as we do that, we'll come back and give you some other shots of it. In the meantime, let me show you a couple of other things. For the feast, and for video purposes as well, we've redone Tam's campfire. We've made it into what's called a keyhole fire. You can see the fireplace is circular, fire going in the center, and up on the end, see if I can zoom in a little bit on that, there's a small box, and that box is to drag coals down there, and then she can cook over those coals and use that for cooking while the fire's still going over here. We've got our pot setups that we can hook up pots to over the fire, and in the back we've got a couple of small racks that we can put a pole across, and you'll see those in future videos. But we set that up last week, thought it was a pretty good setup, and we're going to keep it here. This is our gathering place where we can just sit if it's windy or sunny, or if it's raining a little bit. A screen tent, and we've got a couple chairs in there now. We'll add a few more chairs. We've got a little table set up in the back that we can pull out by the fire pit for food preparation. Nice and airy. It's about 12 foot by 8 or 9 foot. We'll house plenty of people. Let us just sit and have a good time. Looks out over the pond, so it's a real pretty view as well if we turn the chairs around. Alright, this is Chris, and he's chosen to make a poncho shelter. What we're going to do is we're going to flip that over for you so that you can see how he's constructed that. Inside, he's put some tent poles, and he's crisscrossed those over the shelter, and he'll just pull that back over, and he can get right under there, and he can sleep in there tight. He's going to stake out the 4 edges, and that way show him, Chris, what you're going to do with those edges, how you're going to pull them out there. There you go. He's going to pull those out, and that way it'll give him maximum space inside, and show him how you fit underneath of there too. He can get right in the end here where it's going to be, this will be the only place where there's not a stake. And he can get right in there, and he's comfy cozy for the night, staked down and well protected from the rain and the wind. Well, this is Dew's setup, and I'm going to let Dew explain to you what he did here. Sorry about the wind today. It's about 25 to 30 mile an hour winds, and we're trying to set all these things up, so if it's a little bad sound, we apologize. Dew, what are you doing here?
Well, we just tied a hammock up that Mr. Coles gave me, and put a string across that, and he's going to pull this tarp over, give it some shelter in case it rains.
So he's going to take that shelter, going to put that tarp over there, and then he's going to stake it down at the bottom. He's putting his stakes in right now. And once he gets that done, he'll have a pretty nice setup. We'll come back and show you that in a minute.
Alright, what we've done is we've taken the tarp over the skyline over here, and we've taken it down to the nailed some post into the ground, fixed, and put a taut line hitch and held this out into an A-frame over here so that the hammock will stay dry if it rains.
Good job, son. Why don't you get in there and show the people how it's going to work for you. We'll come over here and let him get in his hammock. And there he is, all nice and cozy, comfortable, and ready for a good night's sleep. Well, this is Ty. She's setting up her great orange pumpkin. We give her a hard time about having a big pumpkin tent, but she's got a real nice tent, and she's setting her tent up to sit out over here, and it's in a good spot away from all the wind. You can hear it got a lot quieter. We do apologize again for the wind in this video. Wind's blowing about 25-30 miles an hour today. So Ty will get her tent set up, and that's where she's going to stay. It's roomy enough they could actually put 2 people in there if they need to. Alright, I hope you can see this okay. It's real sunny. What we've done, we've put a retainer wall right down here on the base, and then we've put hay into the shelter on the front end. And the girls wanted to sleep in their little tent, so we put hay over there and then put their tent inside. And there's Becca. Smile, Becca. Wave to everybody. Say hi. She's in her tent testing it out. Is it comfortable, baby? Yeah, lay down, show everybody how comfy it is. Oh man, that's going to be a comfortable tent. Alright, Rachel and Mama are trying to decorate. They're putting gourds up all around the shelter and down on the ground. It's really beautiful. This is part of the feast, kind of like a fall harvest feast, so putting all the gourds up there. Tam's hung a bunch on the sides, and then she's come back around the front. And Rachel's put a bunch on the front here, and then we've got inside the shelter, we'll have some more gourds. We've got all the hay put out, ready for our bedding. The girls' tent is right there, and then over in this area we actually have a place for shoes and for gear that we can keep inside that's dry, that's not up in the bedding area. Well, we hope you'd enjoyed our little sharing with you on Tabernacles and what we're doing out here. We'll still do a few videos through Tabernacles and get them up, but for the most part we're going to have a fun family camping trip. So we appreciate your time. Hope that you have a great day. Thank you for all of your subscriptions. I think we hit 100,000 views today, as well as 1,400 subscribers. So you guys are awesome. We appreciate you very much. Have an incredible weekend, and we'll be back with you soon for another video.